Hello, this is Godel. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Interactions Remastered. Um, this is the intro of episode 60. Yeah, 60. Because I just did episode 59 in such a big recording that I forgot to stop recording and just kept going for like 2 hours. So yeah, I split the footage. Enjoy the episode. We're going to be doing interface, point-to-point tunnels, parallelization in this episode. So enjoy. Look weird. Alright. Okay, that was a lot just to get some dang paint on some dang cables, but now we have this tool, like, when we need it, so. And we don't really need this Emmy chest sitting here. I mean, maybe we'll need this Emmy chest. I'll just stick it up there for now. Okay, geez, that was like Paint Quest 1000. Before we go, I want to finish setting up our actual interface space over here. So I'm going to go and make us a little room over here. I think I'm just going to have the room come... Let's go here. And then let's get our drill and very carefully measure out 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can go 3 and then we can bust one 5x5. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So let's put our drill to max size here. And this should be safe to bust through here. Okay, perfect. Got that was a little scary. And then the other side should be safe to bust through as well. Knacker setup over there, huh? Okay. Alright, I'll probably do some more cosmetics in this area. But for now, I want to put my drill away before we cause an accident. We need more dense cables, don't we? We, like, are very short on dense cables. How are we doing on smart and dense cable? We have none cables of any kind. Cool. Love that. Here you go. You can now make those. Assembler, we need to put this in here. Assembler can now make that. How many Fluix cables do we have? Assembler can already make those. Okay, great. So let's make like 100 of them. Sure. We're missing Fluix dust. Great. Fluix dust. What am I going to do about you? Let's just craft up some Fluix crystals really quick, and then we will go manually crush them up for now. Oh, wait, I think our ore processing is very clogged because I put a bunch of stuff to process last night, and then when I got on today, there was like a traffic jam and nothing was actually running. Can you go back in? Okay, you cannot. Let me just accelerate this so I can get these items snuck back in here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just filled the crap out of this with pyrolusite, and it got so full. I had an issue here where this was not going into the output. It was going into this chest, but this chest got full, so we deadlocked. So that wasn't my bad. I just added a filter here on red, and then it also goes in red output now. So yeah, short story is I messed it up, but now it's fine. And very clogged, so I'm just gonna help it along here. How much unclogging do we need to do? Right now, this centrifuge like cannot run at all because this chest is full, but this centrifuge is continuing to run. This macerator is slowly chipping through this as that centrifuge runs, and then when this macerator is done, it's going to be able to finally start helping with the thermal centrifuge stuff over here. And then there's beryllium to add to the party too. Yes, I have more ore in here. Alright, just help speed that up a little bit. Shave a few seconds off the processing here. Okay. We should have our Fluix dust. Let's make some smart cables now. Let's make less smart cables. Yeah, we can swing like 50 of them. It's just so satisfying to watch this. We need a faster crafting CPU. This one is kind of slow. Because we can see it's like losing uptime here with waiting for stuff to happen. And then it's also crafting the smart cable with redstone and glowstone at the same time. So we're losing a lot of uptime on that crafting process there. Alright. Let's have our stuff come into here now. Gonna need a few dense cables. I think like 4 or 5 should do it. Yeah, I love how that crafting table with that handy bag throws stuff out of here. Okay, so what I'm thinking is basically we're going to have an interface kissing a P2P ME interface. So I'm thinking we will do interfaces down on one side and then P2Ps down the other. So like this. And then they will be here touching in the middle. I didn't mean to make that sound as weird as it sounded. We're going to need a lot for the assemblers. So let me start by getting interfaces for our assemblers. And then we need P2P tunnels. And then I'm going to set a couple for our wire mill and a couple for, well, for the other 3 machines, wire mill, mixer, and bending machine. So let's get those all requested down here. So interface 11. Yeah, let's take all of these. Let's take all of these. I don't think we're going to need more than this right now, so let's start with this. Grab this stuff. And I will need more P2Ps as well. P2P. Grab what we have at least. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a bunch of the ones for the assembler, because the assembler we have so many recipes for. And we're just going to run out if we don't pre-plan for that. All right, so we are setting up the P2Ps over there, and this side is going to be our assembler P2Ps. Get the rest of these out. All right. Okay, so we are gonna name these, because right now if we go look at the if we go look at what this interface is called, it's probably just called cable or something. Here, let's actually go look for funsies. So do we have like cable, P2P? I don't know, what is it called? Nothing. Those are just called nothing. All right, so let's name the, and I'm just gonna call them like assembler P2P. We have our quartz knife right here that we can name them with. So assembler P2P. And I copy paste that on all 4 of them. And now when we're going to go look upstairs, we will be able to find them under assembler P2P. Okay, and then here, let us do another cable. And we are going to do interfaces here. Plop, plop, plop. And I'll plan an interface here, but for now, we're just going to call this unused P2P. Okay. Oh. All right, we're going to call this mixer P2P. We're going to call this one wire mill P2P. And we are going to call this one bending P2P. All right, set up our buses here. All right, and then we need to make all of these buses be interface buses. These 3 are already interface buses, but let's set these 4 as well. Okay, so these are all interface buses now. Now using our regular memory card, I'm going... That's our advanced memory card. Where's our regular one? Did I put in my tool belt? Oh, no, it's right here. Okay. So using our regular memory card, I'm going to copy this frequency here. So 13F6. So I'm going to use my... Put this in my offhand, and then I can paste it onto these inputs. 13F6. And these are inputs because I pasted it with my offhand. Now I'm going to go up here and paste it on this interface. And can I, out of curiosity, can I copy this? So let's say I clear my config, right? Can I copy this one still? Oh, it set a new frequency, huh? I don't really want to set a new frequency. Maybe it's because I did it from the output side. Let me go over here and copy this one. It's on this side, okay. 13F6. Okay, so if we get a new frequency, I just need to come get it from the input side over here. Do not go and get it from the output sides. Got it? Okay, so let's remove this interface and then juggle a million patterns downstairs really quick. Oh, I'm like, why do I have a super tank in my inventory? Where did that come from? All right, let's grab this interface. And just gonna pull this down here with me. All right, very important. All of these are going to need the what's it called? The program circuit card. Why was there no program circuit card? Did it get lost upstairs somewhere? Is it in my inventory and I cannot see it? No, I'm like very sure it's missing. And I'm very sure I had one in my inventory in that interface. I didn't put it in here, right? Nope. Okay. Quick test over here. We're going to plop an interface on the floor. Put a program circuit card into it, and then we're going to shift right click it. There it is. Well, what happened to mine? I must not have had one in there, I guess. I'm just going to have to chalk it up that I didn't actually have one in there. So delete that one. That was just for science. Let me just do a quick run upstairs and see if it popped out, like, away on the roof or something. Maybe it popped out underground, under here somehow. Yeah, I don't know. So I must not have had that. Or maybe it got sucked inside somehow. Nope, it is not in here. Okay, well, I'm going to need to make a new one of these, which cost EV circuits, so that's fun. Let's make EV circuit recipe really quick. Not that tier. We need this one, the workstation. All right, we don't care about which recipe we use because the difference is fluid, and right now we're not providing these with fluid. Okay, I'm going to need... Can I make just like 4 of them right now? Program circuit. No, not program circuit. Workstations. Can we make 4 of those? We're missing capacitors, blue alloy bolts, fine electrum wires. Ooh, we're missing a lot of stuff. Can I make 1? I mean, that's not as bad, I guess. I'm really confused where it went, though, because I was, like, certain I had it in there. I mean, you know what? I am recording this, so I can just go look at my footage. Be right back 1 second. Okay, update. I did, in fact, find it, and I did, in fact, not have a card in there as of the time I broke it. So, I don't know where the card went. I might have moved it to the bending machine and the wire mill, because I do have 2 over there, I'm pretty sure. In the bending machine and wire mill one. So wire mill, yeah, wire mill has one. Bending machine has one. I don't know if I threw it somewhere else or what, but would any of these actually be using a programmed circuit? I don't know. Oh, here it is. I forgot I threw it in the dang laser engraver. Oh my god, I was losing my stuff, if you know what I mean. Okay. Jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna keep patterns in here. I know we have extra interfaces, but I don't have extra program circuit cards yet, so I'm gonna just keep the patterns in this one for now. Oh, goodness. Okay, so these are all ready to be copied upstairs. I just overwrote the frequency. Okay, hang on, we can fix this. Copy this one, paste it there. Okay, fix that. Let's take this frequency upstairs, and we need more P2P interfaces. No, we don't. We have one. Okay. So grab that one, toss it here, paste it here. All right, so this is an output side with 4 inputs. That's what we want to see. Oh, we're going to be using one for the circuit assembler, I guess, huh? In fact, we can go ahead and set up soldering alloy in our circuits. I just was being, a little silly about it. All right, over here we have P2Ps ready to go. I have to look at my dog because that's one of her trigger words. I was like, oh no. Sorry, anyways, I am distracted here. Let us take this dude out. Let us take this dude out. All right, so this is going to be bending machine. So anything that is a foil or plate is going to come in here. And then this one is going to be a wire mill. So wire mills go in here, and we need a program circuit card in each. Because now that we have multiple types of recipes, and these have program circuits in them. Oh, this one does not have a program circuit in it. That's a issue. But yeah, these are going to be having program circuits supplied. And what the program circuit card does is when that program circuit is in the pattern and the item is supplied, um, it will actually put the ghost circuit in the machine to that. All right, there we go. Fixed up this one. All right. Plop that up there. And we need to have blocking mode enabled for these. So very important to have blocking mode on. This is not going to be unused. This is going to be circuit assembly P2P. All right, let's go get these frequencies. So 0932. This is, sorry, this is our top one is our bending machine, right? Just double checking. Yep, okay, bending machine P2Ps. And here's our 2 bending machines. We do need more tunnels. Do I have more tunnels ready to go? How involved are they to make? Do we have that, like, something we can already kind of make? Yeah, we can definitely make that. No problem. Plop that up there. And assembler P2P. I guess anything that doesn't use a program circuit, we can go ahead and pop it in the other ones. So, like, this doesn't use a program circuit, that doesn't use a program circuit. These don't use program circuits. Do any of these use program circuits? I feel like one of these did use a program circuit. Interface uses program circuit. Create one fluid interface. Yeah, doesn't this use a program circuit? Hold on. Yeah, it does. Okay. Program circuit 12. Okay, so that one, assembler P2P. That one needs to be in this interface. This is our one that has the circuit in it. Can I filter on this? Circuit. No. What about recipe input? Circuit? There we go. Okay. So this is printed circuit. That one's fine. All right, so these ones that don't use a program circuit that can actually go elsewhere for the moment. So let me unfilter circuit. Let me put these on different lines. I'm just going to have them in different interfaces right now so we can save on power for running the pattern cards until we have like a little bit better power infrastructure going, because this is going to be like, this is already going to be costing us a lot of power to run this. Where's our network card? Network tool. Yeah, we're already at 1000 EU per tick to run our storage system. 1080. And if we take out this card up here, it drops to 1070. I mean, it's something. It's a multiplicative increaser of power, though, so. All right, so we have that one with program circuit, and the rest of these do not have program circuit set up. We need to have blocking mode on all of these. Block, block, block. And block, okay? Okay, those are all good. Pattern expansion card. I will just throw it in the chest down here. How's our storage looking, by the way? Storage is looking good. We don't need to mess with that. All right, P2P interfaces. I kind of want to set this up, get our P2P set up, and then from there, I think that's going to be a good stopping point. So P2P tunnels. What do we need for you? How many do we need, first of all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. The number after 6. Nope, these are here already. So just 7 is what we need. So 7, please. PTFE pipe. We don't know how to make dense cables, and we don't know how to make engineering processors. Okay, well, bookmark how to make this, because we basically gotta automate all of this stuff right now. To bookmark it. There we go. All right, step 1, PTFE plate is fluid solidifier in our plate solidifier machine. That is this one. Step 2, engineering processor is, first we got to make this guy in our laser engraver. Then we got to make this guy, it's a fluid recipe, whoops, in our assembly. And it is non-circuit, so we don't have to put it on this one. This is our one that uses program circuits. I guess at some point, if we have program circuits in here, maybe I should just like go rename the interface. I will go rename the interface in a bit, but let me finish my train of thought here. Dense cables is a regular crafting table recipe, so put that in here and drop it in our storage there. And now we should be able to make P2P tunnels. Oh my god. I'm tired of this, of dealing with this. We are going to fix this right now. Okay. Diamond grinding wheel. I'm gonna manually craft this one because we use it very sparingly. So let's just go ahead. Steel. I cooked some steel in my EBF earlier because I needed some. So yeah, here's a stack of steel. Love to see it. All right, steel ingots. So we don't know how to make steel plates. Let's go ahead and do steel plate. Metal bender 1. Okay, our bending is actually full, and I wanted to go do something down here anyway, so let me go ahead and get my quartz knife. We need to put a pattern expansion card in bending. So now that has extra slots, and we are going to rename this one to circuit. So now that one with the circuit card is going to appear separately on our interface, and we know which one is circuit, and we know which one is not circuited. So we do assembly, we have assembler P2P and assembler P2P circuit. All right, good stuff. Diamond grinding wheel. We should now be able to make this. I'm going to want like 8 of them though, so let's do steel plate. 10, why not? You know, it would help if I actually had this hooked up here. There we go. And this is not outputting. Why is that? I mean, it outputs some of them, but not all of them. Here, do we not have it wrenched upwards? Why are you not outputting? We might have a problem here. Are we not able to output back into these interfaces? You know, I had not considered that possibility that we might not actually be able to output into that side of the interface, because right now, where's our output? Our output is on top and it is set to auto output, but it is not accepting it there. How did I do this before? What did I do? I think I'm gonna need to figure this out. I think probably what I had is I had the output on the bottom, and then I had something else picking up outputs from the bottom. That's my best guess. If it's truly not allowing us to output back into the interface, which like makes sense because this is a interface output, right? So it would be kind of weird if you can push back into it because like there's multiple inputs, which side is it going in, etc. So for now, I guess I'm just going to have to manually collect these items, and I'm going to have to figure that out. Let me go look. I have a reference world that I did in a while ago. I'm actually just gonna go hop in that and look at that. So I'm gonna be back in a moment once I've done that. Pro tip of the menu. Oh, it skipped it. It said something silly like it helps if you don't focus on silly stuff like collecting parrots. Like yeah, but like I thought you're supposed to be having fun when you play video games, you know? If that's fun, do what makes things fun. You know? Anyways, I'm loading into my this is a previous multiplayer map that I ran with some friends. And I just am gonna be looking at what I have set up for my junk over here. So let's see. Okay, so this is in my test world. Again, disclaimer. So these HV assemblers I have a P2P tunnel output side, outputting into the top, and if I go look inside the machine block, we can see that it is set up to output back into the P2P tunnel. Whoops, and I fell through the ground. Hold on. Don't look at this mess down here. We are not critiquing my prior mess. So this still works, right? Like what's a recipe I have set up in there? Um Assembling machine parallel is what I have it called in there. Alright, let's make some SMD diodes, sure. Yeah, we actually need some. So let's make like 300 of those. It's crafting platinum wires. Okay, that is a regular interface, so that wouldn't be having that problem. Alright, I mean, it is pushing the items away, so there's no issue over here. I just am not sure why it is, like, not working on our side. Very... Oh, I have an idea. I might be dumb. Let's go back to our multiplayer map. I think I did not set it as an interface, P2P, possibly. P2P tunnel ME interface. Nope, that is set correctly. So why is it not working then? So steel plate. Craft up another steel plate, please. So steel plate, why do you not want to go into the P2P tunnel? Because clearly that was working before, right? And clearly it's like hooked up correctly, because otherwise like this would not be that wouldn't be like working at all. So ME interface here. So lock crafting is set to never. Hang on, it just got the item back though. I'm confused. Was there some weird setting set that I clicked up here? So blocking mode. Let me go do it again, because it worked suddenly. Okay, now it's working. What the heck? I'm so confused. Well, okay, glad to know it was just like some kind of weird glitch, and it does in fact work properly. So now let me get my train of thought back on track here. That's right. We were making a macerator. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Diamond grinding head. All right, so we got that. What else do we need for the macerator? We need machine hole. We need piston. Piston. Go in here. I don't think we have motors. We have some motors on hand, but we're gonna need to automate them. Okie dokie. Let's just go ahead and see if we can craft this. I am going to need to go make some of these gears by hand. I don't know how many I want to make. That seems fine for now. Alright, and then I know we needed to automate this bad boy. Whoops. The HV machine hole. This goes in assembly non-circuited. Now what else do you need? You're also going to need the machine casing, probably. Let's see how close we are to being able to make this. Piston, go ahead and cook up one of those. Gear and the rods. Okay, let's do the rods really quick. Rods are in the lathe. And then piston is... we need to go get the gears. There's our gears. I love just being able to, like, really quickly, like, just put this stuff together, like, absolutely not running around, messing around with this. Okay, so we need HV machine casing. Again, we're just going to use the wrench recipe because assembler space is valuable, and molecular assembler and tool durability is not valuable. So, all right, macerator. Cook us up a macerator. Let's go. So fast. All right, macerator. Put this here. We need a screwdriver. Screwdriver. Allow input from output side is set. Wrench it downwards. Auto output and slap an interface on there. Yay. Okay. I know this seems like a lot of work, but like once we do it once, it's done forever, so. Fluix dust, automated, finally. Yay. Okay. P2P, what are we missing? What else are we missing? Diamond plates. Okay, that's not so bad. So, diamond block. Let's automate diamond block in the compressor. And then let's get diamond plates. What needs diamond plates, this thing? In the cutting machine. Okay, cut for the diamond, and then compressor for the block. Now can we be done? Please don't say we're out of diamonds. I'm gonna freaking lose my stuff. Okay. Go! I'm gonna need to speed this guy up because we are currently bottlenecked with one slow assembler. Yeah, whatever this thing is doing. I wonder if I could go accelerate the crafting CPU. It would probably not appreciate me doing that to it, if I were to guess. Well, these take a long time to craft here. Speed up more. And I've done the sound glitch on it, but that is okay, because we're about to finish the episode. Alright, let's go put our P2P buses where they need to be. Do I want to break this now? Sure. P2P tunnel here. P2P tunnel there. Set them to interface mode. P2P tunnel here, here, here. Interface mode on all of those. Tunnel here and... Whoops, that was a regular interface. Tunnel here and tunnel here. And let's make sure these are all set to interface mode. So these are all set to interfaces. And these are all set to interfaces. Okay. So now let's just go copy paste all of our frequencies now. So this is going to involve some running back and forth. All right, so memory card cleared. Let's copy our assemblers. And because we are pasting the output, we are just going to paste here, here, and here. So that's going to be our assembling machine P2Ps. Clear memory card setting. Okay, now we are doing, which one is this one? This one is our bending machine. So bending machine is here and here. Now, if we do like multiple plates, hold on, let's make sure these work. Plate. Let's do like 4 or 5 steel plates. So it should be using both of them. It was too fast. Let's do like 10 of them. So it should be using both of the bending machines. Yep, it is using both, and they're both done. Okay, it is, in fact, pushing the items back correctly. All right, next up. Let's do our... Whoops, not that one. Wire mill. Copy. All right, paste, paste. And let us do a red alloy wire to test it. Okay, again, it's having this problem where it's not wanting to push the item back into the interface. I am not entirely sure what that is. What did I do to fix it before? I'm not really sure, but let me just make sure it's working consistently. It's like this interface like needed to be jiggled around or something. Red alloy wire. Let's craft another one. Okay, so now that's working. I wonder if we're going to need to do the same for all our assembler doohickeys. What do we have in the assembler? Let's just do like a 1K storage really quick. Tossing stuff around. Okay, that one's not having any problems for whatever reason, so... Yeah, okay. No complaints from that. The other interfaces might be having problems, though, so I'm just going to have to go... Like, if I notice something stuck, I'm just going to have to go get it unstuck. Alright, let's get our mixer configured. We're going to finally be able to automatically change the program circuit in mixers. Isn't that, like, a miracle of life? And just, like, toggle that on and off, because I don't know what's happening there, but... Alright, memory card pasted on our 2 program circuit mixers. This one's just going to be for, like, quartz glass and stuff. So, yeah, it should be good over there. Alright, and then our last one over here. This is going to be, whoops, our P2P circuit assembler. And that's going to paste on these 2 guys. Alrighty. And then let me just clear this so I don't copy paste something I don't want somewhere. Let's make a circuit. Circuit. Let's just do like an MV circuit. Oh, I don't have the cards in there. And I also wanted to remake these cards really quick. So let me remake these really quick. So I want to remake the processors. I want to use this recipe with the soldering alloy. Okay. This recipe with soldering alloy. This recipe with... Nope. Get the diode. Yep. Okay. I just waited for that to cycle in there. Alright. Yep, this recipe right here with the SMD components. And then this one with SMD components. Okay, perfect. So now we have soldering alloy in our actual patterns there. Stick these in here. Plop, 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 plop. Put them in tier order. Alright, so we have soldering alloy in our storage now, in our patterns. I'm going to take the soldering alloy out, stick it in our storage, which it should put it down in that drive that is down there in the storage room. And then I'm also going to teach our system how to make soldering alloy. So this just comes from soldering alloy dust in the fluid extractor. Boom. So we can now make more soldering alloy as well. All right, let's make a circuit. Make sure that junk is working. Okay, no problems with that one. All right, great. So wire mills are good. Let's do a mixer recipe. What would be something I want to make? Oh, you know what? How about literal soldering alloy? Mixer, circuit 10, circuit 3. Except I forgot that table cannot do the circuit, so let me put it down here. There we go, circuit 3. All right. Mixer P2P. Then let's test that we can make soldering alloy dust. Oh, we need a program circuit card for that, huh? That's right. We did not have a third one. We only had... Well, we did not have a fourth one. We need 3, right? Okay, so let's do... I guess let's make a workstation and see what we need to automate for that to work. So we need blue alloy bolts and electrum fine wire. That is not too bad. So let's see. Workstation. Bookmark this guy. Is there a free workstation we can get out of a quest somewhere? Hold on. Lazy mode. Nope, there's not. Okay. So we need to bookmark this. Well, I didn't mean to bookmark it twice. We need fine electrum wire. I'm in the wrong thing here. So fine electrum wire in the wire mill with circuit 3. So wire mill, circuit 3, and then we needed the blue alloy bolts, which we don't currently have the extruders hooked up, so I'm going to make those manually, but let me automate the blue alloy ingot, which is electrotine and silver dust. So go ahead and automate this guy. That goes in alloy smelter. So we need 2 of those. I'm gonna go throw them over here to make some bolts. Okay, got our bolts ready. All right, I'm gonna guess it's gonna complain that we don't know how to make electrum now. Hey, we know how to make electrum, or we had some. All right, this is gonna take a second to actually put that stuff together. Actually, that didn't take that long. I'll speed that up by 1 tick, and then we can make our program circuit card. Okay, and then we can go down and stick it in our interface. For our mixer. Which one is that one? This one is our mixer. Okay. And now we should be able to make some soldering dust. And where's our mixer? So this mixer and this mixer is currently not having any what's it called in there? It currently does not have any program circuit, so when I go ahead and make soldering alloy dust, it's going to use one of them. It threw in circuit 3. This is the one that it used, because we know that this didn't have a circuit before, and now it does, and it did in fact accept the dust back. Okay, so all of our P2P seem to be working. I don't know what that weird glitch we had earlier is, but there we go. We now have machines parallelized. We want to make a crap ton of something. We're just going to drop it on all our machines. So next time, I'm going to finish filling in these gaps here. So we have our advanced circuit assembler we want up here. We want our assembly machines. We're definitely going to want 4 because so many recipes are in the assembly machine. So we're going to have this filled out with assembly machines. I'm going to make, I'm probably going to make more extruders, and then we'll have a bunch of extruders over here. And then, let's see, probably aren't going to need those guys. I don't know what we're going to do about these guys. We're not really currently doing anything. This is our blood altar stuff for the will and the blood. But we're going to scoot this stuff over here, and then that will be set up, and then we'll go from there next time. I'm thinking we might do, let's see, I might do a, we might do the multi-smelter next time. Get the multi-smelter going over here, because right now, our what's it called? Our smelting situation is very slow. So we'll get the multi-smelter set up over here, and that'll be very nice. It's slow, and then it's steam powered. Once we unhook all of this, we'll be able to, we won't need to run this steam line down here anymore. We'll have a bunch of free space freed up, and it's just going to be a grand old time. But anyways, that's going to be for next time. For this time, or at the end of this episode, I'm just going to do a bunch of cleanup, filling in the gaps, etc., and I will see you next time. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.